Hey y'all, what's poppin'?
Welcome to our channel.
Yes. And today we have an interesting story time for y'all. Story time for y'all. So we're just gonna get right into it, yeah? Yeah. Okay. So basically, this is my story time. What had happened was when I was in either grade 10 or grade 11, could have been grade 12, I don't know, I was in high school, but when I was in high school,
What happened? Tell us.
I almost got jumped by assumingly Tamils, okay? Yeah. So prior to that, let me just give you a little background information. My mom did not let me go trick-or-treating at all. Like, I wasn't allowed.
That's all Ghanaian parents, by the way.
Growing up in a
all
strict
Ghanaian
Christian home, like, there's like a very selected few that like is actually allowed to go trick-or-treating. But my family, nah, don't even mention it. But like, my brother and I would sneak, like, we used to live in a building, right? And we would sneak out of the building while my mom was taking a shower, and we go to like the next neighbor's house or go to the floor below just to go grab candy in like a little no-frills bag and come back upstairs. Rebels, that's what we were. But yeah, so that's a little background information. So fast forward now to when I was in high school. My mom told me don't go trick-or-treating again, but honestly,
meaning Regina, stay home, don't go, right?
But honestly, I felt like I was grown and like I can go in trick-or-treating. That contradiction, grown, but yet going trick-or-treating. The irony. Like, anyways, I felt like I was grown and that I could go trick-or-treating if I wanted to or whatever. So I told her, Ma, don't worry, like, I'm just gonna go come back with my friends. So I went. It was me, 3 guys, and then 2 other girls. So 3 guys, 3 girls, including me. Yeah, I think, yeah. And the area that I am living in, like, you're not gonna get candy at all. No one's gonna give you candy. So we decided to go further down to, like, the upper class houses a bit, because maybe they would give candy, right?
You have no faith in your area though?
Do you not see my area? Yeah, so so we walked. This is like a 10-minute walk from my house, okay? Maybe even like 20-minute walk actually. So we got to the houses now, and we seen a group of guys, okay, across the street. And one of the guys from that other group decides to call on one of my friends. Let's just call him Fred. So he goes,
Fred, come.
And I'm just like,
Yo, Fred, don't go. Like, you don't even know these people. Don't go. And
he's the smallest guy in the group too, And they kept on calling his name, telling him, Fred, whatever, come. So, idiot Fred went, or whatever, and we decided to follow him too. And when we got to the group, that group was...
Wait. So the idiot Fred went, but yet you guys followed too.
Idiot's group. Yeah, the idiot group followed too, including me. Like, I'm even cheese. Yeah, so when we got there, it just happened to be people from high school along with their like area of friends. At that time now, that group of people decided to rob and beat up some guy with his girl and take his candy. And I'm just like, yo, I don't want anything to do with this. Let me just cut. So the rest of us, we just cut. We left and went across the street. So now it's the group of guys behind us, and then we are in front of them across the street now. Just get the picture in your head now. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we're just chilling, whatever. And where we are now, it's just houses on like both sides of the street, and then swamps, like a forest, like you don't want to go there type of thing. And we were almost at my friend's house too, because she lives in that area. And I was calling her down. She didn't even answer, but whatever. So now we're all just chilling, walking. And then I just see like a car just like swerve and go, boom, parks right in front of us. I know, yo, serious sound effects. Parks right in front of us. And yo, the trunk popped. That was one. Popped. The doors opened. That was 2. Bare people came out the car. Like, I don't even know how they even fit in the car to begin with.
Like how many people?
Yo, fam. By the time I realized, like maybe like 5 of them were out the car.
Well, that's noticeable. But damn, they were crying.
The quick, yeah, but like that's how you know they came deep though. But the smallest guy in the group was gone. He was like the chubbiest, smallest guy in the group. He was gone. The track star, she was gone. Everyone else was gone, but like I was so slow because I didn't have my glasses on. I'm just thinking like, yo, what the heck is going on? I had to do a double take and then run, like, yo. But it was so hard to run too because I had like my hefty bag of candy, the baggiest of clothes on, and like untied chucks. Like it was so bad. But we're running, and then we get to like the middle of 2 houses, and we ducked down hoping that they're not gonna find us, right? Yo, we seen headlights pop out of nowhere. Yo, seen headlights pop out of nowhere. Or like, Jesus, like, yo,
Jesus is Lord.
Jesus is Lord. Yo, and at that point, like, yo, I try to step on a box so that I can hop over to the next fence or to the next backyard. That box broke, and imagine all of us are trying to, like, you know, get over. That box just gave out. It was like, not today, not today. Yeah. So then eventually one of the guys helped me over to the next backyard. So there was 2 backyards. I hopped over to one side, and then the others, I think they hopped over to the other side. Okay. And then the one girl that basically did not hop over, when they got to her, she was like, it wasn't me, I didn't do anything. And they let her go. And then all I remember hearing was, if you guys are niggers, you better not come out.
Okay, I won't come out.
No, come out. But like, yo, that's how you know, like, yo, it was real. I'm there banging on people's backyards, and they're like, no. They're not like, well, they didn't come down, but like nobody was answering. Like, nobody's gonna open the door, and it was like late at night too, right? Unfortunately, 2 of the guys, they got jumped, they got beat up. I'm sorry it had to happen to y'all.
My condolences.
But yeah, and then, so basically, after they were gone, I waited there for a while. Oh, I didn't even say, like, when I hopped over the fence, the way I landed on my back, like, my back was gone. Like, just imagine, boom. The pain was real. So then, time went by, and then I decided to hop over and just walk on outside. Doing, you know, a little... Gotta make sure, you know, no one's there. And then I see one of the girls and then the other guy across the street, you know, we're just like, yo, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? So then we went down the swamp now, like down the swamp, like by the pond, to go to a next backyard. And at that time, I lost my chucks. So I'm walking around the street in like 1 chuck and 1 sock, like, dang. So then we hop over to a next backyard trying to get help. And then when we knocked on the backyard and the person opened the door, like, at that time, okay, like, not to be mean, but at that time we didn't want their help because they were from like the same background of the people that were chasing us, right? So we're just like what do we do type of thing. But then they were nice enough to like help us. I don't remember how we got home, but like I know like the cops came when we got to like a certain point. But you know, snitches get stitches, so you know, you just gotta, you know.
So you're saying you didn't say anything?
Nah, yo, like the block is hot. Okay, so I basically forgot to just mention a few little 1-2-1-2s, you know. Alright, in the end, basically, my brother had to come from home to get me. He was pissed as ever, ready to call his friends to handle whatever business he needed to handle. And on top of that, when I went back to school the next day, my lord, everyone was ready to go and find these guys. They found out what school they went to, and that was all I ever heard from it again. Don't know what happened after that, but that's all that I know. So that about wraps up our story time for today. Moral of the story?
Listen to your mother. Mother says, don't go, don't go. After you went, what happened to you?
I couldn't even go to church the next day.
Moral of the story. Mother knows best.
Moral of the story is tie your chucks, tie your laces. That's the moral of the story.
Jimmy.
And snitches get stitches.
Jimmy. By the way, Jimmy means stupid in Tree.
Microwave. All right, y'all. See you in our next video. Let us know any interesting stories that had happened to you. Bye.
Peace out.
It was like late at night too, right? And then, unfortunately,
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have garbage.
Okay, yeah. It's recycling or garbage. Done deal. All right, go on.
Yeah. Okay. So then,